Today we're having a look at the CR200 Sonos controller, and this little gizmo is what people used to use before they had Sonos apps on phones. So this thing would give you access to your Sonos library, and you could switch between different rooms and play music and browse your library and turn the volume up and down and mute it and all the rest of it. But it's largely obsolete now. It doesn't work with the newer Sonos speakers, and my mate Paul has given me this to tear down. So without further ado, let's tear it down. Right, let's have a look. Oh, it feels nice and silicone-y. We've got a screw there, and probably another one just under here. It looks like a warranty seal if ever I saw one. I'm not sure how this comes apart. So maybe the bottom just, oh hello. Oh, okay, wow. There we are, that wasn't too difficult then. Got a couple of big shields there. Something to do with RF or some sort of compliance, I would imagine. FCC compliance, something like that. Right, let's whether we can take those off or whether they have to be desoldered. Oh, I think they might just come off. Famous last words. Maybe they are soldered on. Let's see if we can get this one off. I think it's just a case of getting the screwdriver just sort of in between. Aha! There we go. Right, we've got a shield on top of there, so we probably ought to cut that off. Don't think there's any point in firing up the hot air just to do this, really, is there? So let's take these bits off. And straight away I can see some sort of control. It looks like a Marvell, but we'll have a closer look at that in a minute. And that's it. Now straight away I can see a couple of things of interest. I'm guessing that over here, this flat flex, that will be for the LCD screen itself. And here I'm guessing is probably for the capacitive side of the screen. This isn't one of those things with a crappy resistive touch screen. This is a glass capacitive one. So yeah, it's actually really nice. And on here, this is probably the controller for that. But I do want to get a closer look at the board and just have a look at some of these chips and look them up and see what they are. Let's do that now. Over on the right there, the big chip is a Marvell application processor. This is the brains of the operation. It runs at 624 megahertz. And to the left of the application processor, we have some Micron NAND memory. This is a 256 megabyte flash chip, and it's a BGA of some sort. I couldn't find an awful lot of information on the chip above the NAND. It's an LPDA device, which means it's going to be some sort of RAM or something like that. So I'm guessing that's the RAM for the thing. And we can see a little crystal above that and another one to the right of it. Let's check out that chip in the bottom right hand corner on the flat flex. That's the one that I have predicted is the capacitive touchscreen controller. And yes, that chip down the bottom right is a Cypress capacitive touchscreen controller chip. Now this little section down here, I think that's the wireless section given its proximity to the wireless antenna here. And I'm going to see if I can just desolder this with a bit of hot air and just see what's underneath it. I'm now set it to 350, which is what I normally use for rework and desoldering stuff like this. Oh, I can feel it coming up. Oh, what have we got underneath there then? Let's have a look at that. That chip is so small and the writing on it is so small, I'm going to have to stick it under the microscope and find out what it is. And when we look under the microscope, we can see it's a ROCm Atheros AR6002GZ, which is indeed a pretty standard Wi-Fi chip. This has got a date code of 36th week of 09, so that gives you an idea how old it is. And when I looked up the application processor, that is obsolete, and that might be one of the reasons why this controller is no longer really supported or made, because the components in it are done and dusted. And there's not really an awful lot on this other than that. Like I say, all the grunt work's really done by this chip here, and all the Wi-Fi work's done by this chip here, and all the memory stuff's done by that one there. I'm not sure what this chip is over here. Let's have a look at that one. Oh, that chip's quite a big deal, the 9034. According to the datasheet, that integrates more than 50 mixed signal functions on a single chip. It provides regulated supplies for the PXA32X processor, which will be that Marvell one. It also supports peripheral devices such as lithium-ion battery charging, touchscreen interfacing, LED driving, together with voice and hi-fi audio codecs. That's a very, very serious bit of kit. That's also a quite old bit of kit as well, because the press release that I'm reading for that from Dialog Semiconductor is from November the 30th, 2006. We can see that quite near it are some DC to DC stuff here. Got those big caps there and a couple of coils. So yeah, that would make sense that that's what this chip is doing, as I can't really see any of this stuff elsewhere. Something small over here that might be providing power for the LCD or something like that. I doubt there's anything on the underside of it, but I'm going to take it out and have a look anyway. Not sure how this one comes out. You never know with these. Now, how does this board come out? I can't see any screws immediately. Is it clipped in? Oh no, there we go. Something's clipped in at the top, but I don't mind pulling that. Oh, just a little cable there. Oh, that's going to the charging jack at the end, by the looks of it. Let's disconnect that. Oh, it's a little speaker. That's what that is. Yeah, we've got a little speaker there. This nice little touch screen. There you go, there's your LCD. Let's zoom this out a bit, shall we? There we go, that's better. Nice little LCD screen there. I don't know if I'll be able to reuse that, unfortunately. And this is the touch screen here, of course. Let's have a look on the other side of this board. No, a few buttons and some passives, and that's about it really. If you enjoyed me tearing down the Sonos CR200, please like and subscribe, and leave any comments you have in the comments section below. Thank you very much. Goodbye.